So it looks like the Raiders came away with the running back Ashton Jeanty, man. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say I was shocked when you see the production right here. All right, Alexander Madison, 132 carries, 420 yards. Abdullah, 66 carries, 211 yards. That's not bad, to be honest with you. But Abdullah's what, 31 now? Madison, he had his run back with Dalvin Cook in Minnesota. I don't know that the Raiders were really trying to win last year if we're being honest with each other, right? You see the running backs. They took, I mean, if we're being real, two good backups right in their prime and wanted them both to essentially start. And you saw the production that it got you. Then we look at receivers, all right? This is what's crazy to me. Bowers had an 1,100-yard season with subpar quarterback play and subpar play calling and subpar blocking, right? We can't put this all on AOC. We can't put this all on Gardner Minshew. Now, did they make mistakes? Oh, absolutely, right? You know that. I know that. Everyone knows that quarterbacks made mistakes. But the play calling was it was bad, right? And then the head coach and the coaching, I mean, everything was just a mess, right? But the one positive note to look at right here, when you look at the receiving, Bowers, 112 catches, almost a 1,200-yard season his rookie year. His rookie year was subpar play calling, subpar quarterback play. I mean, think about this. An awful running game and subpar blocking, and he puts up a 1,200-yard season. Like, do we see the potential right here? You bring in Geno Smith, and I don't know that he's if I'm being honest, I don't know that he's a huge upgrade, but I think he's an upgrade for now. Bowers, I'm thinking, what, a minimum 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, to be honest with you, right? And then let's say he doesn't get that, right, because teams really focus on Bowers. Jakobi Meyers still had a 1,000-yard season on, 30 less catches, which is expected for a receiver, right? But 1,000-yard season right there. Trey Tucker, hopefully they get him involved more. I'll never understand this. It's not like Tucker has a history of dropping the ball. Unless I'm wrong, I feel like we've gone over a lot of Raiders games together, and I don't think we're ever talking about Tucker dropping it. What we're talking about is Tucker not being used properly. Every other team that has a speedster uses them to some extent, right? I feel like Tucker didn't really get used to the second half of the season. That's why I go back to the abysmal play calling, right? And so when you see Bowers with a 1,200-yard season, when you see Jakobi Meyers a 1,000-yard season, and then you just see the dump off right here, and then what do you see after Tucker, right? You see both your running backs. And this goes back to what I said before. Both of those running backs in their prime, right, in their best years, they were good receiving backs out of the backfield. Not starting running back. So let's keep it going, talk a little bit more about why Ashton Jeanty is important to the Raiders, and go over some highlights, man. Let's keep it going. So the column right here on our right, any idea what this is? All right, you got Myers with 20, McCormick with 33, all right, Ritter with 28, Abdullah with 38, you got Madison with 20 at the bottom. Any idea what this is right here? This was the high rusher in some of these games, all right, after the bye week, from I think week 12 to week 17 or week 11 to week 17. This was your high rusher for the game. Jakobi Meyers with 20. Are we serious? Jakobi Meyers was your highest rusher. Okay, you got McCormick at 33, 64, 78. And then Desmond Ritter comes in, right? I think AOC gets hurt. 28. Ritter was your highest rusher. And Abdullah, 38. But we're not done there, because to end the season, Madison, 20. I mean, do you guys see how bad the Raiders need a running back? I think you guys do. I mean, you guys watch the games. You're a fan of the team. This one probably shocked me the most, right? Myers, leading rusher. Or I don't know, Ritter, too, at 28. This is why the Raiders needed a running back. Because this right here is so unacceptable. Now, that being said, we're going to jump into the highlights of Ashton Jeanty and talk about, okay, this dude, he's a starting running back, man. Let's get into it. So now we're going to jump into some B-roll. All right, is he the fastest guy? No. But look at the Chargers, right? Neither one of those guys are the fastest, right? Chiefs was Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. they're not the fastest either. You need somebody who's going to be a utility guy, who can catch at the backfield, who's going to break a few tackles, and really set your offense up for success, right? Especially in the red zone. The Raiders struggled in the red zone. You have to get somebody else other than Bowers, right, as a red zone threat. And if you have Jeanty in the backfield, teams are going to have to stack the box. That's going to give you one-on-one on the outside, right? Jeanty brings a lot to the team right away. Let's take a look right here, a little all-22 film. We're going to see a little RPO right here at the split slot. All right, bang. Dump it out to Jeanty. Good hands right there. All right, not the best throw. But look at the tackles he's going to break right here, right? Bang. He's going to catch it right there. Again, not a great throw from the quarterback. Bang. Break that tackle. Break that tackle. I mean, the dude's an animal, right? Once again, out of the backfield. This is what you need because it's going to force teams to put their best linebacker on him. And if their best linebacker is on him, all right, that means Bauer's probably going to get the slow or he's going to get the mic. So you put, your athletic linebacker on Jeanty, bang, your slower guy is going to cover Bowers potentially, or Bowers is going to get a matchup with a safety. And Bowers is going to eat that all day because he's going to be, 3, 4, 5 inches taller than some of these guys? I mean, look at Ashton Jeanty, man. Look at him go. So that being said, that's going to wrap it up. More in-depth reviews coming later on in the offseason. But Ashton Jeanty, I think, he was a must for the Raiders. And it all goes back. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It all goes back to this right here. This is bad. This is bad. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Film Study for Rookies is out. Take it easy. Peace.